When I first met Jack, it was at an impulse rehearsal, and we got to the end of one of the pieces, and I was singing a low B, and he was singing a high B, and I turned and I looked at him, and he turned and looked at me, and I said, "He's my buddy." From that point on, I knew I had a lifelong choral friend.
Really? Okay. Like, I feel like if you meet Jack and he befriends you, you'll be his friend forever. Like, it was just such a quick connection. I think he longs for that, but also, like, I think he strives for that kind of connection.
I met him at, I think it was a New Year's Eve party, and then didn't see him for 2 years. And then when I was at an Impulse rehearsal, and I was like, "Hey, you're that guy." And we were friends. Even though it had been 2 years since we met that one time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was great. We were chatting about how he was studying ethnomusicology and learning all these different instruments from around the world and different styles of making music. I think that experience of his has really fed into his approach to the quartet and being able to leap onto wildly different genres, styles of singing, really adapting his voice across all of what we sing.
Yeah.
In a very unique way.
I think you guys really do the deep dives, and I think that's one of the things Jack does naturally. Mm-hmm. He goes and he researches it, and he finds all this stuff, and I don't know how he keeps it all in his mind. And his passion for it, I mean, it is a force of nature in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
I always knew that Jack had a really crazy high range, of course. Until I came to the quartet, I don't know that I fully knew how high his range was.
Sure, yeah.
And at the same time, I definitely didn't know that he can go as low or lower than a lot of tenors can.
Yes.
that entire range
Yeah.
is his to command, and that is wild. He can change his color so much. And I mean, I know we've all been working on adapting our colors to match each other, but just across genres, across different songs, across his range, I really think he can embody so many different colors.
A kaleidoscope.
A kaleidoscope.
Oh my
of colors.
goodness.
I do think that maybe his default color in my head is like a bright orange or yellow. There's a sunniness to it.
I thought canary yellow, because it's not your regular yellow where it's just bleh out there. Canary had a little bit kind of depth to it, and a little bit, I mean, it was still yellow, it was still bright, but it had a core to it. And I think Jack's voice is much like that. There's a brilliance, there's a brightness to it, but it's not so bright that it's annoying or ear piercing. There's a core to it that is really adds some depth to it.
I think there's a brilliance there. I'm also struck by his organizational skills and how he, was a director of border crossing for many years, mm-hmm. and bringing all of that kind of organizational sense has benefited us.
Oh, absolutely.
Immensely.
His passion towards that, the way that he's able to kind of keep us going, I think has been a very good benefit.
Well, we all have our own processing speeds.
Yeah.
His goes at,
yeah, absolutely.
And it's okay to say, Jack, it's okay to slow down.
Yes. And he's okay with that, which is a really neat thing.
I mean, that he has a deep patience for people.
Yep. Yes.
Very loving, deep patience. And I'm grateful that he holds my hand metaphorically and also sometimes literally to do some of the technical things, to get me onto the right screen, or where to go to click on whatever website or whatever Google thing.
A word that I keep coming back to for Jack is bold. And I think there's a few different aspects to that. part of that is the boldness of his ideas and his willingness to experiment.
He's brave.
Yeah.
There's a braveness to him.
And
Yes,
his
absolutely.
braveness with improvising,
Yes.
with just trying new things. Let's see how this goes. Maybe it flops. Maybe it's great. We don't know till we try it.
Right.
And he's the one who pushes us to try it.
Correct.
I was thinking through words for him too, and I thought inquisitive. He's always been that. And I was thinking of more than just beyond our rehearsals in the car rides. He's always asking questions.
I was talking earlier about how he'd studied ethnomusicology. Before that, he studied
So the culinary
cooking.
school.
That's
He was
right.
at a cooking school.
That's right. Yes. I don't know if I've ever tasted any of his what he makes, but I want to.
I have tasted some of his food, and he is very good.
Okay.
And he's so knowledgeable about food and food preparation, different styles.
What if we did a fundraiser? And one of the things is having a Jack prepare a meal for a group of like 4 or 6.
Well, we might need to get his permission
Yeah.
before we.
Or we could
offer
just
the
call
door.
and tell him that. Yeah, I think we need to talk about having an evening with Jack.
Yeah.